Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Arizona Cardinals versus Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they...
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year, it's James Conner. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 5 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Dalton. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He gets it to Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 5 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards. And not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Shoves him aside. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Dalton. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37. Dalton now to pass. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. From the 31, Dalton. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Passing, it's Dalton. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal from the 6. Throwing, Dalton. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Again, Kamara, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Quick slant to Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. They'll fake it to Counter. Now Murray. And this will be swung out here for Counter. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The Cardinals at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Dalton's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will make it 6-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Connor on the read option. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Murray. On his slant, complete to Green. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's Will Hernandez, former 2nd rounder out of UTEP. Murray now to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Murray going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. Ertz has it left side. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Throwing on first down is Murray. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Cameron Jordan, truly the heart and soul of this Saints defense, had another memorable year in 2021. He crossed 100 sacks and made his 5th straight Pro Bowl.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, and that is incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Forced out to his left. He opted to go with a scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So here are the Saints to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From midfield here, Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And that is incomplete. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. To throw here, Dalton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Murray now. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Greg Dortch back deep. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start with a give to Connor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Tries to move the chains that time. They had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Murray now on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Murray again. Eluding the pressure right to Connor on the check down. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. Open man, Green. He's got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A.J. Green with career touchdown number 70. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And Dalton to throw. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here comes Dortch on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. David Onyemata able to get him for a loss of about 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Then on Sunday night, a great one in the AFC. A game that harkens back to Bradshaw versus Greasy. Noel and Shula. It's the Steelers, Dolphins, 8:20 Eastern. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now in his 6th season, Kamara just continues to be one of the best dual-purpose backs in football. He's never missed a Pro Bowl, and he has the most total yards in the NFL since entering the league in 2017. He actually played in his fewest games in a season last year and still had over 1,300 yards.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And out of the air, Dalton.
He completes it to Olave.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A busy night continues for Kamara. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Dalton. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Murray. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. With a catch made by Hopkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Cameron Jordan drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. from the right hash. It's a 46-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are down by a single possession here, 16-9, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Dalton. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 109 yards rushing now for Kamara, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Again, it's Kamara. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Dalton. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. From the 24, Dalton. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Play fake. Murray. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's complete once again to Hopkins.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Back to throw again.
Caught by Green on the out route. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Rondale Moore,
his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Cardinals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First and 10 for Dalton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, and he's got the hook up to Landry. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So Dalton now. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 5 now. Murray can't get away, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Andy Dalton.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Ingram. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
2nd down and 3.
Ingram again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Dalton now to pass. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Throwing, Dalton. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Passing, it's Dalton. Oh, look at Thomas wide open.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They hand off to their big tight end, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Dalton to the goal line, but
It's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Dalton. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Lutz to try to add the PAT.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
And that's caught by Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Back to throw, Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Murray.
Finding Williams on the check down.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
The busy night continues for Williams.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Cardinals win it.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for the Cardinals, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up.